Hello everyone. This is Dr. N. Srinivas, Associate Professor in the Department of ECE, Marlakshman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management, Autonomous Institution. I am here to discuss some important points or important topics in course Signals and Systems. Here there are many classifications of signals like deterministic and non-deterministic signals, periodic and non-periodic signals, even and odd signals, and energy and power signals. So these are all classification of signals. Now we'll discuss what is a deterministic signal. Behavior of these signals is predictable with respect to time. Behavior of these signals is predictable with respect to time. For example, I have taken one sine signal, okay, and what is the behavior? If you see, the amplitude, positive amplitudes are same for any cycle throughout that signal, and negative cycle amplitudes are same, and time period is also constant, and frequency is also constant. So finally, I can say that this signal behavior is predictable. The signal behavior is predictable with respect to time. That's why this signal is said to be deterministic signal, and there is no uncertainty. The situation in which something is not known, that is called uncertainty. But everything is known after seeing this behavior of the signal. Everything is predictable. That's why this signal is a deterministic signal. And the signal can be expressed mathematically. And we have given an example. X of t is equal to sine of 3t is a deterministic signal. Right? Now, what is a non-deterministic signal? When compared to deterministic, this is completely opposite to the deterministic. Means the behavior cannot be predictable. Means the signal can be called as a random signal. If you have a look on this figure, what is your observation? That you can observe that amplitudes are not constant. Of course, the signal is having positive cycle and negative cycles, but all the positive cycles are having different amplitudes. All the negative cycles are having different amplitudes. Time period is not constant, and frequency is not constant. Okay, so that's why this signal is called non-deterministic. You cannot predict its behavior. Random signal. It is a random signal. There is an uncertainty with respect to its value at any time, and you cannot express this signal mathematically. That is why this is a non-deterministic signal. Example for this non-deterministic signal is thermal noise. Thermal noise. Because noise signal, if you see, then its amplitude is not fixed, frequency is not fixed, and phase is also not fixed. Means in all the cases, all the parameters fluctuates randomly. That is why it is a noise signal that can be given as a best example for non-deterministic signals. Right? Next, we move to another classification of signal, periodic and non-periodic signals. What is meant by periodic signal? If x of t is a continuous time signal, what is the periodic? If it is x of t is periodic, means definitely it should satisfy the condition that x of t is equal to x of t plus t naught, where t naught is the time period. And okay, so let us take one example. X of t a cos omega t, where omega is angular frequency. Angular frequency. This is a continuous time signal, cosinusoidal signal in angular frequency form. Here omega. Now if you apply periodic condition, what is that? X of t is equal to x of t plus t naught, right? So here x of t plus t naught, if you apply on both sides, a cos omega of t plus t naught, then you multiply this omega inside, omega t plus omega t naught. But what is the omega? That is equal to 2 pi f naught. What is f naught? 1 by t naught. If you take f naught this side, it becomes 1 by t naught. Finally, omega is equal to 2 pi by t naught. That t naught get cancelled, only 2 pi is there. This is pi. So a cos omega t plus 360. 2 pi means plus 360. So cos of 360 plus theta gives cos theta. Here theta is omega t. So a cos of omega t. This is nothing but our original signal x of t. So x of t plus t naught is equal to x of t. So here right hand side is equal to left hand side. So when LHS is equal to RHS, then that signal is said to be periodic signal, because x of t plus t naught is equal to x of t. Right? So this is called a periodic signal. Let's move to the periodic signal or non-periodic signal. For non-periodic signals, what is the condition? It is completely opposite to the periodic signal condition. That is x of t is not equal to x of t plus t naught. It is not equal. If it is equal, that is periodic. If it is not equal, non-periodic. So a non-periodic signal is assumed to have a period t is equal to infinity. Example for non-periodic signal is exponential signal. So if you see exponential signal, either decreasing exponential or increasing exponential, or either decaying exponential or rising or growing exponential, if you see, it starts from infinity, minus infinity, and it's end with plus infinity. Okay, so that's why what is the time period? No, you cannot calculate time period. That is why you are showing here, I'm showing a time period for exponential signal is infinity, and that is not periodic signal. Periodic signal means some conditions should be satisfied, and every cycle, that cycle should be repeated. That cycle period is nothing but time period, right? Now, if you move to discrete time signal, what is the periodicity condition for discrete time signals? A discrete time signal is periodic if x of n is equal to x of n plus capital N, where n is the discrete time. This is discrete time. Like continuous case, t plus t naught. Here n indicates period of sequence, discrete time period, you can say. So for satisfying the above condition, the frequency of the discrete time signal should be ratio of two integers. That is f naught is equal to k by n, where k is equal to 1, 2, 3. If you take 1 by n, 1 by n is nothing but okay, n is a period of sequence, so that is f naught. So if you take 2 into 1 by n, k is equal to 2. If you take 2 f naught, 3 f naught, 4 f naught, and so on, means for every period of second, the signal is repeating. Okay, right? This is called a periodic condition for discrete time signals. Now let us take two period signals, x1 of t and x2 of t. We will make a summation. If you add these two signals, then how to find the total time period of this x of t. For example, x of t is having two signals, x1 of t and x2 of t. Now if it is two signals are periodic signals, now you can apply periodic condition. So t plus t is equal to x1 of t plus m1 t1, x2 of t plus m2 t2, where m1 m2 are the integers, and m1 t1 is equal to m2 t2, that is equal to t naught, a fundamental period. So we use these formulas, then we apply. For example, where x of t is equal to cos into t pi by 3 plus sin into t pi by 4. So this is one signal given. It consists of two signals and both are periodic signals. Now I want to find out what is the period, fundamental time period of this x of t. So from these above formulas, if you compare, okay, now t1 is equal to 2 pi by pi 3, that is equal to 6. t2 is equal to 2 pi by 4, that is equal to 8. Now you have to take T1 by T2 ratio, 6 by 8. So 3 by 4. It is a rational number and it is also equal to M2 by M1, because here M2 by M1 is equal to T1 by T2, that is equal to T0. I want to find this T0, right? So when LHS equal to RHS, now if you substitute T1 is equal to 6, T2 is equal to 8, then 8 into 3 24, 6 into 4 24, both are equal, then the fundamental time period is 24. So this is a way of calculation of time period of a signal if it is having two component signals, two different signals, periodic signals. Right now I am taking one more example. Sum of periodic signals, I am giving you a statement. Sum of periodic signals may not always be periodic. If you see back, what is I have given? We have added two periodic signals and we have calculated time period. Means what? The resultant signal x of t, this x of t is having some time period 24, means this x of t is a periodic signal after summation. Now what is our statement now? Sum of periodic signal may not always be periodic. Let's see, is it right or not? So let x of t is equal to x1 of t plus x2 of t. Two signals I have taken. So one is cos t and x2 of t is sine under root 2t. Both are sine signal, cos signal, na? So these two signals are periodic. But after adding these two signals, the resultant signal x of t is periodic or not? Let me check. So t1 is equal to 2 pi by 1. It is having some number 1 is equal to 2 pi. T2 is equal to 2 pi by square root 2. So T1 by T2, if you take ratio, what is answer? Square root 2. Square root 2 is not rational. It is irrational number. It is irrational number and hence x of t is a periodic or non-periodic signal. So finally we have proved that sum of periodic signal may not always be periodic. So this is periodic and non-periodic signals. And the problems on periodic signals. Now I have taken some examples. 5 cos 4t and 6 sin 2t by 3. My aim is to calculate what is the amplitude of this signal and this signal, what is the period of this signal and this signal, frequency of this signal and this signal, angular frequency of this signal and this signal. Now answer is, this is if you compare this cos expression with the standard expression of cosinusoidal signal. So a cos 2 pi f naught t plus theta, that is the standard expression for cos, right? Now what is a is equal to 5 amplitude, and what is the time period? If you want to calculate time period, you have to find first frequency. So that is 2 pi here, angular frequency, if you take omega is equal to 2 pi by 2 pi f. So this is given as 4 directly. Now what is the time period? Time period is 2 pi by 4. So that is equal to pi by 2. What is the frequency? It is 1 by time period. So that is 2 pi. That is the answer for the first problem. Similarly, for the second problem, amplitude is 6, period is 3 pi, frequency is 1 by 3 pi, angular frequency is 2 by 3. These are the answers for the given problems. And one more problem I have taken, okay, I am giving you x of t is equal to cos square of 2t minus pi by 3, right? Now I want to calculate what is the time period. This is a periodic signal because of the cos term. Now what is the time period? So here cos square 2t minus pi 3, is it in this form? Cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Now 1 plus cos 2, if you expand like this, you will get the steps. You have to follow the steps. Then you finally, what you get, t is equal to pi by 2. Thank you all. Thank you for your patience and listening. So if you have any doubts, you can contact me. My mail ID is srinivas.nalagonda@mlrateam.ac.in. Have a nice day. Thank you all.